chapter 68, it tells you a little bit about the time that I was working and raised up and cracked a vertebrae in the back on my back. And then we go on over to chapter 76, which is 6 years later. And I wrecked an 18-wheeler. And it was just by the grace of God that I came out, because the 18-wheeler was completely destroyed. 8 men had to pull me out. But I got up and walked away. And they said, lay down here because the ambulance is coming. I got to the hospital and they x-rayed another cracked vertebrae. Then, in 81, in North Georgia, we was in a revival, and I felt like God said, if you will run down miles after that preacher preaches, I'll heal you back.
Oh, amen.
That was on Wednesday night. On Thursday night we went. On Friday night we did not go to church. We went to Franklin, North Carolina to have dinner at a restaurant. A friend of mine said, did you know that Don Anderson is preaching in the Western North Carolina camp meeting? I said, no, I didn't, but I'll be there tomorrow night. So I slipped out of the revival in our church again, and I went to the Western North Carolina camp meeting. 5,000 or 6,000 people in the congregation. I felt like God said, if you will run that miles when that big fat preacher closes his book, I'll heal your body. When he did that, he closed the book. I hit the aisles. I went home that night. That was a Saturday night. I went home that night, lay down in bed, and there was no pain. When I lay down in bed, like I had had for 12, 15 years.
Amen.
I was to the point where I could not lay down on the ground and get up by myself without somebody helping me. And I worked, and our pastor was the foreman. And lots of times he'd come over and assist me and get me back on my feet. My legs are going out and my feet's going out, but my back is still good. But then let me go ahead and tell you a little bit more. This book has gone way down under. In 2011, I went to the VA, and the doctor said, I need to x-ray your back and look at it. She x-rayed my back, and then she called me, and I went in to see her, and she said, your back is in terrible shape. And she went on to tell about the cracked vertebrae and all that they had healed, but they would still been cracked. There should have been pain. We need to take care of it, need to work on it, she said. And I said, let me tell you something. I said, way back yonder in the early 80s, I felt like God said, if you run 9 miles, I'll heal you back. And I might still have 2 cracked vertebrae or thereabouts, but I don't have no pain to go with it. Then I went to the local doctor, and a few months later, and he let me x-ray you back. And he told me the same thing, and I told him the same story. How God said, yes, if you'll run 9 miles, I'll heal you back. Amen. I don't have no back problem now. My problem, of course, is age and then legs. That's the reason I don't stand a lot. It's really rugged for me just to stand this, but I'm doing it. But let me say, be obedient to God.
Amen.
And your back might still be a problem, but there won't be no pain with it.
Amen.
God will supply the need.